Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today we are going to be talking about the 2026 Mustang refresh. Yes, we're going to talk about the Mustang refresh and what I personally think about it, being the S650 Mustang owner. As you can see right behind me, there's a lot of things I want from the 2026 Mustang, and maybe some of them might convince me to upgrade my S650 Mustang to the 2026 Mustang. So let's talk about it. All right, so it's no secret that the S650 Mustang just hasn't sold well. It's been pretty terrible in terms of sales. The 2024 Mustang was really bad in terms of sales. The 2025 hope to fix it. It still hasn't been able to sell well. The Q1 numbers have been disappointing. April sales the recent sales report were also disappointing. And there's just a lot to unpack here that the Mustang is just not selling. Part of it is the competition, part of it is pricing, part of it is the value for the money is just not there. This is my 2019 Mustang GT that I bought brand new, I want to say almost 6 years ago. And if I was to spec the same car out, it's a GT Premium, no performance pack. It's got the 401A digital dash package as well. If I was to get the same exact car with the active exhaust, black accent package, and all of that, it would cost me $12,000 more in MSRP for a car that's pretty much same as the S650 Mustang. That is not good. I mean, this is what my Mustang looks like, and I think going with the digital dash really helped kind of modernize the Mustang. I think if I had the analog gauges, I would have been more tempted to buy the S650 Mustang, but because I chose to go with the digital dash, I think I am a little bit happier with my purchase, and I think that's where the S650 Mustang really changed it up. They focus a lot on the technology. They focus a lot on improving the interior, not the materials, because a lot of the materials are pretty much similar to what I have in my S550 Mustang, but they gave you a lot more technology. You have two big screens, a lot more customization. And even though I might be biased, but I feel like a lot of people agree with me, I like this layout where you got your 8-inch screen with the Sync 3 and you got the digital dash as well. It's modern enough, but still got some structure, and it doesn't have what a lot of cars are doing is just sticking tablets on the interior and calling it a day, which is what Ford has done with the S650 Mustang. You've got some nice screens, nice customizable screens, but it's just a big old tablet and that's it. It doesn't give any dynamics to the interior, just plain interior with two big tablets sticking out. And in terms of performance, I think that's been a big downfall as well. So we have the Gen 3 Coyote on this one. We have Gen 4 Coyote. It's about 20 to 26 horsepower different depending on how you spec it out. If you get the active exhaust, it's about 26 horsepower difference. And the 10-speed transmission is still pretty much the same. A lot more refined based on what I've driven, but still pretty much the same package, Gen 4 Coyote and the 10-speed transmission. Not a whole lot different from what you get with this package. So let's talk about if there was a 2026 Mustang refresh, what we would want from it and how it can actually fix the sales numbers for this S650 Mustang. Personally, I think they did a good job of improving the interior. It gets you right balance of the technology. A little bit better materials could be used, but I think it's in the end, it's a Ford, it's a Mustang. You're not going to get a German quality materials there, and that's the whole point of it. That's supposed to be value for your money. And I think that's where Ford needs to fix it, where yes, the prices have gone up, and I don't think Ford is ever going to come down on the pricing. That's just the reality. But if they offer enough value for the money, a lot of people might be going for the Mustang, especially with the Challenger and Charger returning with the V8. There's potential rumors of that. There's going to be more competition. Ford can't just ride out the wave of the S550 or the S650 Mustang. All right, so let's talk about what Ford, in my personal opinion, can do to really at least entice me, and I'm pretty sure I'm speaking for a lot of Mustang enthusiasts here. First up is going to be an updated 5.0 engine. I'm not saying a Gen 5 Coyote motor, but still keep it Gen 4, but make it that magic 500 horsepower number for your ordinary Mustang GT with the active exhaust maybe. Clearly they can make it happen with the Dark Horse. It has seen 500 horsepower, but I think just seeing a 500 horsepower Mustang GT would really help move some units. I know the difference between the 486 to what we currently can get with the Mustang GT versus 500 is not going to be enough to really, have like the quarter mile times drop or anything like that, but just the perception of having a 500 horsepower car just kind of sits well with a lot of people. So I think if Ford went that route and gave us a 5.0 motor with maybe slightly different tune to get us to the 500 horsepower mark, that is going to be really good. I know a lot of people will say that it will kind of take on some of the Dark Horse still, but I don't think so, because people who are going for Dark Horse aren't going for the horsepower alone. They're going for the track capability of that car. And that's the reason why the 486 versus 500 horsepower difference, only 14 horsepower difference. If you truly care about a straight line, you probably would be going with this Mustang GT and just modifying it a little bit to get very close to 500 horsepower. So I don't think a 500 horsepower Mustang GT is really going to take away from the sales of the Dark Horse, because that is supposedly in a different league than the regular Mustang GT. Now, next up is going to be the transmission. Now, we get basically three different transmissions. You can get MT82, you can get the Tremec manual transmission, and you get the 10-speed automatic transmission. Now, 10-speed compared to what I have in my S550 Mustang has seen a lot of improvements. So we have seen really good improvements. It is a lot more smoother and refined compared to my Mustang. I've driven few S650 Mustang GTs, and I've been impressed with the way that they drive. There's no gear hunting, no jerky shifting. Very smooth experience overall compared to the S550 Mustang I have. Yeah, I think they've really resolved all the issues the S550 Mustang had with the 10-speed transmission. With the S650 Mustang, the 10-speed is, what you would kind of expect, a lot smoother and a lot more refined. However, I think the key component is going to be the Tremec transmission in the base Mustang GT. I just don't understand why Ford won't put a Tremec Mustang GT or Tremec in a Mustang GT, because we have seen it in Dark Horse and the Mach 1, which means it can be easily bolted up to the 5.0. Before that, it was just the GT350. And even in the competitors, we used to see the Tremec manual transmissions in Camaros and the Challengers. So I think Ford, especially with the reputation MT82 has, I think if Ford offers the Tremec manual transmission in your regular base Mustang GTs, I know a lot of manual enthusiasts would go for the Mustang GT that are just holding up because they don't want to spend the Dark Horse money. And given the iffy reliability of the MT82 transmission, the GT, they kind of want to hold off on that as well. I think if Ford can offer those things, even with the price increases that the 25 Mustang has basically experienced, it at least offers some sort of a value in buyer's mind. So you have a 500 horsepower Mustang GT with the Tremec option, and even if it costs about $47,000, $48,000 that's currently costing, you can kind of justify to yourself that it's much more of an upgrade than the S550 Mustang. Where it currently sits, a lot of buyers I know, potential buyers I know, they're just questioning themselves, why would they go for the S650 Mustang when they can get a similar package in the S550, and not to mention the ECU is unlocked, so you can actually tune the S550 Mustang compared to the S650 Mustang. So I think if Ford manages to put the 500 horsepower engine and the Tremec in the regular Mustang GTs, it is really going to help with the sales. Like we said, the improvement in the interior has been worth it, but we need to see just a little bit more to justify the price increases on these S650 Mustangs. But yeah, so the 2026 Mustang refresh is probably right around the corner, or maybe we get it for 2027. But if Ford incorporates these things, it's really going to help with the sales. And even I might be tempted to upgrade my S550 Mustang to the S650 Mustang. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button. Comment below what do you want out of the S650 Mustang. And of course, subscribe to Red 50 for more videos.